Okay, what's up, everybody? It is your girl, Kiwan. Of course, I am back with episode 4, season 4, Bel Air Brothers Keeper, and I am here with my guest. Introduce yourself.
Yes, what's up, everybody? I am Redefine Me. I hope my name came up at the bottom of the screen, but I am Redefine Me. I am a YouTuber, obviously, of course, and I do lifestyle content on my page. So I do product reviews, I do food cooking shorts, I do reviews for shows, I do body cam reaction videos, all type of reaction videos, anything hot topic, I'm going to come out probably talk about it. So it's a whole lifestyle channel. So if you like that, follow your girl.
Y'all go around there and subscribe, okay? Go ahead. Let's subscribe, all right? So, as I was saying, we are coming with Bel Air. Listen, first of all, I just want to tell you thank you for coming on. We do piggyback off each other. So we did episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, the first time. Mm-hmm.
Okay, on her channel. This week is 4. Next week will be 5. Yeah. So we so in order to get the whole season, y'all gonna have to. Oh, where'd she go? We're gonna have to subscribe. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I don't know what happened. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I'm back. Right. Hello. Back. I don't know what just happened. Okay, I'm back.
All right.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We gotta get you back on. So if you're ready to start, hold on, pull up okay, I think I did it right. Yeah, so bear with me.
You good?
If you're ready to start, we can go ahead and go ahead.
Okay, so this episode, again, like I said, I love how they piggyback off of stuff that happened on the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but we'll get to that. But they opened up. Carlton is helping Will with his college letters, and in the real Fresh Prince, Will was having that issue of getting into school at that point too, right? And Carlton is telling him that, Will, mom and dad will help you with college. And he's like, no, well, my mom doesn't want that. Will, mom got me messed up. I'm like, come on, man. Why do you want to make it? Yeah, why do you want to make it hard for your son, ma'am?
I spoke my gripe last week.
Right. And I kind of can get it, because I guess she feels like, well, he's been living with them. They've been supporting his basic needs. So I at least don't want them to have to worry about college. But I'm just saying, sometimes we have to learn how to receive help, because if it's not going to break them, then I don't see why you wouldn't allow them to at least, if not help with everything, at least let him apply for FAFSA, and whatever is left over, maybe let him help with that. So because it's not like they're helping with the whole thing, because FAFSA is going to give him whatever amount he's going to get, right? And really, FAFSA, your freshman and sophomore year, really FAFSA covers that. From my experience, so much so you get that little refund check, which I wish I would have did.
Yes,
I wish I would have been smarter with the refund check.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, I graduated, but I was not smart. Like, I did whatever I wanted to do, because I was going to community college. So I was staying with my mom. I mean, not my mom, but my grandmother. So I did what I wanted.
Oh yeah. So Carlton, Phil is out there hitting the bags. And you know what? I said, I'm gonna get back into boxing. I took kickboxing, and baby, that thing, it gave me life. I hated the beginning of kickboxing class. Now, the beginning, they do like 15 minutes of high impact, whatever. And these young dudes up in there, at the time I was in my 30s, So they had to
Mm-hmm.
be like 20 or whatever. They in there jumping in the air, exploding and all this other stuff. And I'm just going at my own pace. But the part I did like was the boxing part. When it got to the bags, that was a good. They always say that boxing is a good workout. And so that's something that I really do want to look into because Phil gave me the motivation. I said, baby, I want to get into boxing, not the kickboxing part, but just the boxing part of it. But he was out there, boxing and everything. Viv comes out with her, poking of the belly. She looks so cute with her little belly. And I love how Philip is always pouring into her, like, you look really
Mm-hmm.
cute, you're sexy and things of that nature. I love how he does that for her. I don't know if my husband's coming in. I love how he does that for her. And so he was saying little good things to her. She's saying she's about to go to her. I don't know if she was taking yoga or what she was taking, but she's about to go have the mommy workout class. And Philip is just zoned out because this is the day that they are about to start laundering this money. And what
Wow.
I love Jeffrey, but I would feel like Vivian, like worried. Like, is this going to come back to us? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see. So just when she about to leave, Carlton runs in and Carlton is like, oh my God, Princeton got back to me. We about to do the reveal and acceptance,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the whole family gets there. They even have Hillary on a little iPad. He's like, maybe I shouldn't open it. Hillary's like, boy, press the button. And so when he pressed the button, it's turning a little bit, taking his time, but then it says accepted. They're all excited. Will throws a little string confetti and everything. And I just thought that was a good moment. But one thing I wrote down that I really loved was when they got to school and Carlton was doing that little dance like, hey.
Wow.
I love how our culture hypes each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that moment, I felt I was on the other side of the screen, like, hey, like it was just, I love how no matter what we go through, whether you got money or you don't, that hype up that we have is unmatched by any other culture, in my opinion.
That's true.
That, I mean, you can hype up. I mean, if something good happens to you and you get about 5 Black people around you, and sometimes people you don't even know, because I have
Mm-hmm.
hyped up people I don't even know. And when something good happened for you, and they're like, hey, it's something about our culture that just, I love our culture, but I just love the excitement and the energy that we have in every situation. Even though we've been knocked down like through several areas, we have this unbelievable magnetic energy that just resonates even through the TV. But
So,
what you think about that?
so before we start, we got a comment, which is my
Okay.
cousin, your cousin, everybody's cousin, my cousin Colt.
Hi.
She is my real life cousin. And so since you're on here, she's your cousin too. So you can,
Right. What's
just
up,
all
cousin?
cousins. So she also, just really quick, she and I do the healing out loud, our healing out loud.
Yes. Okay,
So yes,
cool.
yes. Thank you, cousin. Welcome. Okay, sorry about that. And so you're asking my opinion about the whole debacle.
Mm-hmm. About from Philip with Vivian and then Carlton getting accepted and the hype up. And then the counselor having to see Carlton.
I don't have nothing really. I don't have nothing really about any of that except for Miss Basson having to have a conversation with Carlton because, sir, you should feel bad for how you got into Princeton. Okay,
Mhm.
you should. I mean, and you don't feel bad all the way. You should feel somewhat bad because, sir, you did the most. You did the most. Try to get in there, but I guess he got I guess he don't feel bad about it. So I don't know.
I
We'll see.
don't know. Like I try to look at both sides of the fence, right? I feel like it was trash what he did.
It was
However, could you imagine wanting something since you was a child, working extremely hard, being this model citizen student, rubbing elbows with these rich white dudes that you probably
Mhm.
really didn't want to really get in with, because Princeton was your goal. And then for it to be taken or the possibility of it to be taken just like that. But then it's like, do you want to win at the extent of using someone else's pain though?
Mhm.
So that kind of makes me feel like, Carlton, you still trash for that. You still
Or do you want to be at somebody else's school? I mean, be at a school knowing really don't want you like that because
yeah.
he wrote him off initially. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't want to be at Princeton.
Me either, because you either going to take me as I am or don't take me at all. Okay, shout out to Mary J. Blige. Okay, that's just what it's going to be, because my credibility as far as a hard worker, my
Mhm.
grades, things of that nature should speak volumes for me, you know. And you take this one issue and then act
Mhm.
like you don't want me, and then it's always them schools, right? For hundreds of years they've been taking a certain type of person, then all of a sudden they got to meet a quota and they want to do things a certain way and not all that other stuff, and I'm just like, child,
DEI.
I know. And that's why me and my mom had a conversation about DEI, and I made her mad because I was just like, Mom, I said, I think DEI is necessary. However, as a Black woman, now that I've grown a little bit, I want to be taken seriously because I'm
Mhm.
qualified, not because you have to meet a quota. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I know it has been DEI was created so that those type of racist employers and things like that would not keep putting their friends in and putting their friends in. But in 2025, I just feel like it's still a thing where you have those racist folks, but I
Mhm.
also feel like we have come so far where at this point my workability and all of that and my name and everything that is me could get me in the door, and if they don't want me, then someone else will, I will get in another door, you know what I'm saying? But my mom was just like, no. I said, okay.
Yep.
But moving on, the counselor, what's her name, Miss Bassie?
Miss Basson.
Yeah, Miss Basson. She wanted to see Carlton, okay? And then we fast forward over to Viv's mommy class. So Viv's happens to be one of the oldest women in the mommy's class. And these younger girls are talking about all the little mommy things that they got to do and all of this. And Viv was just like, trying to give advice to them. And she was saying, girl, just swallow the baby and lay him on the stomach. Now, she had me messed up in this moment. I said, lay him on the stomach? Now, I was always told, don't lay them on the
Mhm.
stomach. So what do you think about that part?
So remember the episode where Viv went to dance school and the
Mm,
heifers was in it? I felt like that was this scene a little
yes,
bit.
yes.
Also, I was like, this lady have way more kids than y'all, so she trying to teach y'all game. But
Mhm.
of course, everything is so easy. Everything is such, and which is good because motherhood should be a lot lighter than what we've seen, like items. And she was talking about some type of baby bed that soothes the baby and put them to
Mhm.
sleep. And I know usually before all of these trinkets, babies were allowed to self-soothe,
Yeah.
you know, and I think there is no self-soothing anymore. But the way they walked off, I was like, that's rude. Like this lady have so much experience, and I get it. You don't have to use everything, but
Right.
it would be nice to be like, you know what? How many kids do you have? She'll let you know, hey, my kids are grown. Oh, okay, then a lot more than us. But to be like, this older lady don't know nothing. It's just good, girl.
Exactly. It gave me dismiss vibes. And I'm just kind of like, because looking at them, it seems like that this would be their first child. And with them looking at her being older, they would have known, okay, maybe she's had children already. Let me glean some wisdom. But
Mhm.
see, even the Bible speaks about that. The older women is supposed to teach the younger women. But one thing that the Bible doesn't talk about is what if the younger women are of this generation and not receptive to what the older women are trying to tell them, right? And I guess they'll just have to find out the hard way. But
Mhm.
when you deal with the younger generation and how you, like you said, everything's so easy for them and all of this, they ain't trying to hear no
Mhm.
old school way. They're like, we trying to have this as easy as possible. Y'all had to deal with the old dark age way of
Mhm.
raising children, but we don't have to deal with that. And so I think that's what that was given in that moment as well. So
I
I agree.
mean, we didn't want to deal. We didn't want. I ain't gonna hold you. There's times where I'd be like, Girl, that don't make no sense. Why I gotta tie a black string around my baby arm? Like, that's crazy.
But a black string? What was that? What was that for?
Oh, my mama told me I had to tie a black string around the newborn's arm and not to let anybody who's on their cycles who hold the baby. It makes the baby constipated, but the black string is supposed to relieve the constipation. I don't know. I was like, I always had questions about that. Like, girl.
Wow. Okay. I've never heard that. But wow. I mean, you never know. You never know, though. True. I mean, I was big on not letting nobody really hold my daughter anyway. And if you were holding her, it was a whole routine. You had to have the burp rag. You had to wash your hands first. If you were a smoker, forget about it. You weren't holding her at all. I was like, oh, nope. You'll just have to view her from a distance. And I remember one time I let this lady in my church. I let her hold my daughter, and she didn't want to give her back. And my aunt was like, one of my aunts went to my church, and she was like, give her baby. Like, this lady literally was giving Hand and Rocks the Cradle vibes. Like, she was trying to take my daughter. And I'm telling you now, I would have knocked this lady out in the church. I'm like, give me my child.
That is crazy.
She was like, oh, she's so cute.
Yeah, she probably would have been trying to kiss your baby all in her face. Girl.
Yeah, in the mouth and stuff. I was like, give me my daughter. And after she gave me the baby, in my mind, I was like, this lady is never going to hold my child again. Like, not ever. I don't care if the building is on fire, and I will tuck my daughter and crawl to safety. Like, she was not holding my child no more. I was like, I don't care church or not. This lady's crazy.
Period.
So moving on from that, Viv is running into Erica, and Erica is good and pregnant. And I'm just looking like, how we go from her kissing Phil to her being like good and pregnant. Like, I was confused. And Erica said that she had froze her eggs and she did IVF. Now, me and my husband had looked into IVF too. They did say if we wanted to move forward that in 2 weeks we would be pregnant, right? If we decided to go that route. But because it was so expensive, we was just like, we're going to keep rocking with the natural way. But Erica went and did IVF, and there she is. And I'm just kind of like, was she trying to fill a void because Philip rejected her? Or I just don't know. That was just weird to me. I don't know. But Viv got away from Erica quick, just like she kept running from Vivian. Viv was like, okay, I got to go. Good luck. Hope everything work out. I was like, well, dad. So Will is asking his coach at the school if how he can get in with USC. You know, he's like he been sending him all these tapes of him and everything, and he's trying to get in. How does he do this? And so the coach is like, you got to be creative. I mean, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but you got to find a more creative way of doing it. And I was like, okay, but then I also feel like, and I don't want to throw the race card. I just don't, but.
You about to say what I was thinking. What?
If he was one of those white players, I feel like the coach would have made a call. That's just me. I just feel like he would have.
That's all I'm saying.
So we get to now Carlton going to go see the counselor. When he walks in the counseling office, Amira is sitting, and I was like, oh. Yep. I said it's about to hit the fan, right? And so in the office, the counselor is just like, Princeton told me about your story. And then I read Amira's story, and it was the same thing, saying that you both had an overdose and almost died over the summer and all of that. She goes, and that as a counselor says, so who is lying, and try to get to the bottom of it. She immediately says, Amira, you need to write a new story. And Amira was sitting there with this puzzled look on her face. But the way I'm set up, I would have had to check the counselor. But I think that Amira still has love for Carlton. And so she let it ride because it was Carlton. But you can tell that she was hurt by the counselor not even investigating who the liar was and immediately thinking it was her. What you think about that part?
I already know. I think Carlton is terrible for lying. The fact that he sat there and he didn't say anything immediately, and you let her take the fall And I'm like, Amira, I'm not gonna say anything. You did this. I'm not, because she already blaming me. So if I tell her that's not true, she's automatically gonna think I'm lying. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's more based on her past.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't
Mm-hmm.
say it, but is it based on the past? Like that's what I'm thinking. And because Carlton looks the upstanding part and his parents are rich, not counting all the things that he has done. Well,
Right.
you probably don't know about that, but
Mm-hmm.
Carlton has done a lot. And I just feel like Amira was the easiest. Like you didn't even check how, shame on you. You did not check.
I know. But my thing is the counselor does know about his drug addiction, because when she came up to him in the
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
hallway,
you're right.
she was saying, congratulations for overcoming whatever you got into Princeton. So she knew. So why couldn't Carlton have been, if he was on the stuff, he could have easily have done this, which he did. And so it's just kind of like, how do you just blame this girl? It's almost one of them things where like your life, your past, people will never let you forget. They will
Mhm.
always, if you had a reckless
Mhm.
past, they'll be like, oh, well, that's so and so. We know they're going to be the ones to do this, this, and this. But
Yep.
it's like, as long as you have breath in your body, you can change. And so, but people will never let you forget one indiscretion in your life, no matter how much you did. And it had me also thinking about Bill Cosby, right? Now, I'm not saying he didn't do some of that stuff and do some of them women, right? But I will say that that one moment in time has erased every other good thing that he has done, like donating to these HBCUs and all of these strong black shows that showed us in a positive light that he put on. Like all of that was erased, and now all that people are going to remember is what he had done with some of these women. Because I don't believe all of them, but it's just sad. People never let you forget.
I, re- I'm totally opposite on the Bill. Bill Cosby train. We ain't got to talk about that, but yeah,
Yeah,
I remember what he did, but I also remember what he did. What he did. So
yeah.
I just, I'm not a fan. Not on the train. I just,
Well, even if you're not a fan, the point was, because if it wasn't Bill Cosby, sometimes something you done in your past will
they'll
follow
wait.
you, follow
Yeah.
you into the grave. But Carlton asked her not to say anything. She said, I don't know. I may not. Then we get to Will is stalking Gavin from USC. He with Lisa and they looking up players that he could contact. When he finds out that Gavin is from West Philly as well, he's like, oh, this is my shoe in to get in there. Okay. Viv and her friends after that is getting together for this pamper. And I'm telling you, I could use that right now. And I think in this moment, Vivian is like, dag, I'm missing out on all the girl fun because of this daggone baby. Because
I
they
wanted to be
went,
grown and pregnant.
right. They went to go smoke the weed and they went to this restaurant she wanted to try. And they was like, well, we didn't want to invite you because you can't drink and have oysters and all of this. And so, and she's missing out there up here talking about planning a girls trip to Vegas. And you could just see Vivian sitting there like, dang, man, I ain't going to be able to do none of this stuff. And it's kind of like, it's one of them things where when you're still young enough to have a baby, but you're now old enough because you raised your kids and now it's, mama got to be happy time too. And so I understood what Vivian was going through. I was like, dag, man, that very much probably will be me. But the difference is that, I got like two good girlfriends at this point. The rest of them hoes is gone. They not, you're not on my level, you're gone. I done cut off so many
Period.
people because they so fake and phony, and I don't have time for
Yeah.
that type of energy. So, but
And
I understood.
like Vivian, you have a husband, so if you
Yeah,
probably wanted to go, you could go. But I guess with being pregnant is one thing,
yeah,
but when the baby come, I feel like you still won't miss out on life. It's just I have to drink a mocktail. They can drink a cocktail.
right. And to your point, that's when she's pregnant. Once she dropped the baby, like you said, you have a partner, a helper. I very much can be like, hey, I'm out to go kick it. Here you
Yeah, yeah.
go. I'll be back type thing, you know. And so that is definitely one of the factors of having a partner with you that can kind of help when you need a break or when they need a break, you know, y'all can help each other.
But I'm Pam and Joan. Okay.
Right. Right. You the
I
other
catch
friends.
up to the rich auntie part, the rich part. I got everything else
Right.
down, but you know.
Right. They was talking about in that moment too about running into Erica, that Viv told me she ran
Mm-hmm.
into her, and Joan was like, she's the op, we don't rock with her, they would never be friends and everything like that. So then fast forward, in comes Snoop. What's my name, fool?
Yeah.
So Snoop comes in, and Snoop I want to ask a question. Is Snoop locks real? Somebody said they was fake. I don't know if I believe that they're fake. But at one point in
I thought
Snoop's lock
it had
journey,
to be because you remember Snoop hair was always long. Remember?
yes,
And we
and
never seen him with low. It was
it-
either braided to the back. And
braided. Mhm,
years ago, you know, sometimes it would hang depending on, but it was braided to the back. And I
mhm,
guess once he started Martha Stewart thing and he started changing, I think
mhm.
his hair had to, you know, maybe his hair changed, but honestly, I don't think that those are fake. He has so much hair.
I
I
know. It was down in his butt. And I said, I don't know if you could fake that much hair.
don't
But it
think
was rumor mill. Because when his hair was low cut when he first came out. Because I was watching the
so.
Diddy documentary and they show him when he first came out and he had a low haircut. But
I remember the bush. You
yeah.
remember Snoop Dogg and she was braiding his hair and he had
Uh-huh.
the bush. That's a hmm.
Yes.
Remember
But
that.
I don't know. They could be. But I was here for it. I like the locks. Snoop is that teacher that everyone, in my opinion, is afraid of to cross. And Carlton and Will didn't know it was him at first. And they was talking about some, oh, this is going to be, you know, easy. We just going to do our little hours, whatever, whatever. And Snoop was just like, hey, it ain't going to be easy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sit your butt down. He cussing him out, which is so funny. Snoop is saying the person sitting beside you is going to be your brother's keeper. That's going to be your accountability partner. And he was like, do not make this a reunion and 3 strikes and yeah out.
Mm-hmm.
I said, baby, he ain't playing with y'all. And
Yeah.
probably because they didn't give the background of the teacher, but he probably himself was out in them streets doing the most when he was younger too.
They
So,
because it was Snoop, and you know Snoop was is a crip, so he
mhm,
had to channel
mhm.
his inner crip. But it's my inner crip what I used to be, but I know the game.
Right. Right. So Philip and Jeffrey, they get together and they start they're washing a $50 million into 5 businesses. The way Jeffrey was standing there, I could see how business number 5 was like, this don't seem like it's gonna work. So they got the car wash to sign on, they got the laundromat to sign on, and they got 2 parking garages to sign on. Baby, let me tell you something. If I get the right type of money, I want to get a parking garage because Jeffrey made a good point. You don't know how much money a parking garage is making, but let me tell you something. Parking garages make a lot of money, especially if you're in a downtown area, if you're in a kind of a big city, you get paid. If I could get a parking garage in either New York, DC, Philly, not New Jersey, Philly, DC, New York, Chicago,
New Orleans,
New Orleans,
Angeles,
Los Angeles, Texas, and
Miami.
Miami. Yes, that's a good place. Like if I can get one, especially New York, because baby, parking,
Ooh.
you can't find it. And especially DC too. DC, you go downtown DC, you might as well catch the train because you're not if you gotta park in a parking garage or catch the train. Because going down there on your own, they have so many signs up and you be reading the signs trying to figure out, can I park here? Can I not? It's a whole thing, right? But parking garages, when I fall into the money, because it's coming, I'm looking in the parking garages. This just gonna be me. Snoop, we go back to Snoop, and Snoop is calling Will and Carlton a bash and basher.
What is that? What's a bash?
Because they went and hit the car and broke the windows out and stuff. So they called them
Oh,
bashing the car.
okay. Okay.
And so I was just like, he is funny. They got to wear these black and gray shirts and they got to report back to that facility
Mm-hmm.
at a certain time in a few hours. But Will gets an invite to this USC party and Gavin's going to be there, which is trying to use him as his ticket in to talk to the coach. So Will was like, we about to go to this party. And Carlton is like, we got to be back in a couple of hours. But Carlton rolls with him because he's like, well, I'm your brother's keeper. So I'm your accountability partner. So I got to roll with you, right? What you think about those moments?
Okay. So, I was, the washing of the money. I'm with you on owning parking lots. Okay. Especially downtown. And then the whole Will and Carlton, I get what Will was trying to do. I really, really do. I really, really do. But we have to stick with what's important. And it's not like you couldn't get into any college. But
Right.
I guess he was trying to get somewhere because hey Shayna. Hey cousin Shayna.
Hey.
I guess getting into another college, it's not, he's like, with Carlton, I see you have Princeton, I want USC.
Right.
But you also have this other situation that's happening that you could possibly go back to jail. Like, if they don't, they can go back to jail. I'm just like, I think this is where I always say Will makes bonehead decisions. And even Carlton, but in this situation, I'm sorry, I wouldn't have never went. But of course I knew what's his name? I knew Carlton had to be there because that was the rule. This your accountability partner. If you fail, I fail. If you succeed, I succeed. I gotta catch up on this week episode.
Yes, but see, I agree with you as well. Like, a part of me feels like they should have not went to the party, but then another part of me feels like, well, Carlton, didn't you do by any means necessary to get into Princeton? So Will is thinking, I'm about to do by any means necessary to get into USC, because my mind would have been like, he said 3 strikes, so I'm gonna take this L. And then I got 2 more strikes, you know what I'm saying? However, they actually got 1 more strike because he counted both of them as a strike. But I would have been like, Will, I'm about to try to do by any means necessary because I really want this. And so I'm just going to look at it as that, you know what, I'm going to take this as an L. I'm going to take it as a strike. But I also get the fact of what Carlton was feeling like too. But it's like, Carlton, you ended up using a marriage story to get into Princeton. It's almost like you did the same thing Will did, except for you did it in a different way. I don't know.
Child, it's a mess.
Right. So they went to this party. Viv is good at bringing people together. So she says, come on in here. Jackie, I'm sorry, Lisa shows up at her house. She said, we're in here. She's like, who is we? She turns the corner. Jackie is sitting there. And she's like, oh, Jackie. And so, of course, Viv picks up on it. And she says, you know what? Y'all need to stop this because y'all got more in common than y'all think. Okay, Jackie lets us know in this moment she got into famous Juilliard in New York City for dancing, and so that was a big deal and everything like that. And so Viv, I love the fact that she does always try to bring people together and be that. When I say she embodies the first Vivian to a T, they did such a good job in casting, in my opinion, for her.
Agree.
Then we get to Tony Childs. That's what I remember her as, Miss Gordon on this show.
She is. Pam.
Listen, let me tell you something. Miss Gordon is freaked out. She rolled up at Jazz's place to check out his spot because Jazz is trying to open up this distillery and everything like that. She gives him all these affirmations and says, oh my gosh, she pouring into your business is great whole time. She's checking out Jazz. And baby, I don't blame you because let me tell you something. I think Jazz is cute. I don't care. He looks short, but I don't even care because I was with Miss Gordon on this one.
But did you watch episode 5 already?
I did.
Oh, okay. That's all we got. One of you watched episode 5.
Right, I did go there. She lets Jazz know that it's gonna be $250,000 for him to open up this dispensary. And Jazz is like, dang, I ain't got that money. Guess it ain't never gonna happen, right? And so she says, you know what? Let me just work on that. I said, oh, Miss Gordon, what you about to do? So Will and Carlton is at this party, right? Carlton, oh yeah, I already said that. The player is up here. You know, Will goes in. He's like, "What's up, homie?" Blah blah. Gavin's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm Will Smith. I'm from West Philly." Blah blah blah. So he starts testing him on if he really from West Philly. And I probably would have did the same thing because of who Gavin is at this USC. He probably got all types of people trying to roll up on him, trying to bond with him. And so of course Will passed the test because he is really from West Philly. Okay. Gavin kind of was, you know, dogging Carlton a little bit because Carlton was like, you know, we can't stay here. Ask him a question so we can get the heck out, right? Will was like, he was like, what, you got a curfew? You need to take a nap. Will was like, nah, he gonna take a nap in the car seat on the way home. And they thought that was funny. And I was just like, Will, I hope you're not about to throw Carlton under the bus the whole time just to get what you want, right? But I keep going back to Carlton. Carlton did by any means necessary too to get into Princeton. So I'm just kind of like, and maybe Carlton felt that. So he was just like, you know, well, whatever. Let me just let him do him. What did you think about any of that? Or did you have any pointers on that?
I honestly, low key, I felt like what Will did was a little, you're like, you ain't have to do that, but I get it. I do.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
As far as like Jazz and Pam, child. That's all I'm gonna say. But I think I was more with Carlton. Like, we gotta go. And I think I was getting annoyed so much so that I'm sitting there looking at the TV like, we gotta go to the program. Like, let's go.
Because didn't it seem like they was at this party for a long time? And I was like, what time y'all gotta be back? Because I started asking the question too. Like, hold up now. Y'all have been here for a long time. Like, what time did he tell y'all to come back?
And what time was community service?
Right. But Will was like, listen, I gotta do what I gotta do. So Viv is telling Jackie and Lisa, you know, y'all got more in common. They end up starting talking and getting to know each other. Jackie says she hasn't seen her mother since middle school, which I think is jacked up. How the heck your mother's still around and you have not seen her since middle school? You are a trash mother, ma'am. I don't even understand how you could, as a mother, not see your child for that length of time. Like, how do you do that? And then still be walking around, living, sleeping, eating. You know, you don't think in your mind, I hope my child's okay. Are they living well? Are they eating? What's going on? You know, like that would be on my heart all the time. Like, I think about my daughter all the time now, and she's grown in college, and I still be like, ooh, did she make her doctor's appointment this year? Did she make her dentist appointment this year? Because I remember I tried to do that, and the doctor told me, ma'am, she is an adult. She has to call and do it herself. I said, what? And I'm just like, oh, I know she's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? All the mommy things that even though they're grown, you still be like, oh, that's still. So for her, Jackie in this moment is still in high school, and you real life are just cool with not knowing your daughter since middle school. That's crazy to me. So crazy. Jackie says that Will isn't coming. I'm sorry. Lisa said Will isn't coming because he got this USC party. Jackie says, I got the hookup. Let's pull up at the USC party. So they decide to go to this USC party. And then we pan over to the fifth business owner because Philip says he knows Philip. Oh, no, they're getting to the fifth business owner who they want to watch the money. He has this mini mart, but then he doesn't sign because he's like, listen, it's something about when you build a business from the ground up. And I understood him in this moment. Imagine somebody coming in trying to get you to sign some paperwork, wanting a certain percentage of your building or wanting to just help you. And then the way Jeffrey was standing there, like it just didn't read well. Jeffrey was standing like a hitman, and the man picked up on it. He was just like, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Any thoughts on this so far?
the whole Lisa and Jackie situation. Now, let me say this. The
Mm-hmm.
mom, Jackie's mom is terrible, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess she figured she with my brother. Maybe we just gonna assume that Jackie's uncle is her mom, her mom's brother. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna assume that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're a terrible person
Yeah.
because why? Who are you? And then this whole situation with Lisa and Jackie. Of course, their elephant is Will because they both slept with Will. They both got with Will. Um,
Oh.
and then I actually the one thing I did love is that when Viv told them, y'all, you ladies are a sisterhood. And really, at the end of the day, later on in life, y'all ain't even gonna be worrying about Will no more. Y'all gonna be
Mm-mm.
doing something else. But the fact that they both congratulated each other
Yeah.
on, getting accepted into college, it felt like something decent was forming. I'm not gonna say real. I'm just gonna say decent.
Right.
And then I did understand the owner when he was like, "Listen, I don't want to go from being owner to a co-owner." And I,
Mm-hmm.
I did not like how G was standing over everybody like this. Like, sir, what you doing? Sit down. Like,
Right.
like you ready to strong arm people, sir. Jeffrey on the TV show would never. Okay.
Would never. Would never. And it's
Never.
funny because he's dark skinned. He got this dark suit on. He's standing there like, I'm like, sir, sit
No.
down. I think that's why the fifth owner didn't roll with them because he said
Mhm.
something ain't right in the water right up in here. I don't know
Right.
what's going on.
But everybody else was like, wash my money, hey, because they don't know that their money is being washed. They
Right,
just think that this man is here to help us out. And I find it odd that they really didn't ask questions.
right,
They
right.
just, he
They
was the
just
only
slide
one that
in.
questioned him.
Yeah. And that's the danger when you're desperate. When you
Mhm.
are desperate, you don't read too much, you don't ask too many questions and things like that. When you are just, back up against the wall,
Mhm.
oh my gosh. The businesses that I'm building right now, I hope and prayerfully that I never get in a desperate situation because that causes you to make some really dumb decisions and find yourself in a really sketchy area. Because I believe, per next week's episode, that this stuff is going to come crashing down. And I don't know if it's
Mhm.
just going to hit one business in particular or if it's going to fall on everybody. And then that, ugh, it's going to be a mess next week, but we'll leave that for that
I
time.
got my thoughts on next week, but we'll talk about that next week.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Will challenge Gavin to the best 3 out of 3 so he could win an introduction to the coach of USC. So he takes the challenge, they throwing the ball back and forth. But what had me messed up was Gavin and that gummy bear. I said, ain't no way he gonna make this gummy bear in this water bottle. And baby did
He's good.
he made it. And I was like, I said, this boy is good. This boy is good.
I really thought they was going another way with this. I thought the gummy bear was laced. So
Oh,
that's what I
oh, I
thought.
didn't even think about that. And oh, that would have the plot would have twisted
Mm.
because then they would have been really messed up by Snoop and they would have went back. Oh, I'm glad that wasn't the case. I'm like,
Me too. I just be thinking the worst.
yeah, but he made the gummy bear in the bottle. Will did not. Will lost,
Mhm.
and he was like, just enjoy the party. I'm out.
Yeah.
So Lisa, Jackie, and Amira end up showing up, and I'm just like the threesome, right? End up showing up. Will Carlton sees them. Will tells Lisa he's having trouble getting Gavin's attention. Amira said that they will be. Hold on. Okay. Amira in this moment says, no, everything ain't copacetic. You owe me, and I want you to do this. And I'm like, what does she want him to do? Baby, I got my life with what she wanted him to
Ciao.
do. Okay. Before we get to that part, Phil, we end up cutting over to Phil. He's meeting up with Jazz and lets him know that he wants to invest in his dispensary because Jazz wants this so bad. He's like, sure, with no questions asked,
Mhm.
signs the contract, and that's their fifth business in how they're going to wash the money. Okay.
Mhm.
Carlton is begging Amira, please don't make me do this dance. And she's like, nope, you got to do it. So what does he do? The iconic jump on and dance. Soon as that beat dropped, you should have seen me over here. I was like, oh. I said, oh my God. I got up and started doing a dance too, right? It was so funny because it's those moments from the show that they bring in. And not only did they bring it in, they upped it 2.0. That's when I say they take Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and they up it on this series up a notch because they added a choreography dance into the whole jump on it. The faces that they made, I was getting my whole life. What about you?
I enjoyed it. I was like, okay. We know they gonna mirror from there. And I enjoyed that. But another I wanted to say was another mirror was with Erica being in there. And I think that mirrors the episode where Will, the mother and daughter came. Will slept with the daughter, and Uncle Phil used to date the mother. He said, "Ooh, you slept with."
Yes.
That's Erica. Okay, she just don't have a daughter, but she's pregnant. So
yes. I feel like
And he slept with the mom. He slept with Uncle Phil's ex-girlfriend. That's what. Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? Or maybe are they using Jazz as sleeping with Miss Gordon as that part?
Could be.
I don't know.
I didn't even think about that.
They be trying to twist stuff a little bit, but for the most part, they tend to stick with the characters of what's going on. So I'm thinking it's going to be something with Will. So maybe, okay, this is another part that I'm thinking about. Maybe Lisa's mom is not who she thinks it is. Maybe Lisa's mom is Erica or something like that,
Lisa
because
Jackie
or Jackie, yeah.
Because I know Lisa's mama died, remember?
Yes. Or it's Jackie, or it might be her because Jackie has slept with Will. She hasn't seen her mom since middle school. Will don't know who Jackie's mom is, I don't think. So I think when Lisa go away to Howard, then maybe that's when that's going to happen. I don't know. We throwing out a lot of. But from the dances, Miss Gordon, old freaky self, shows up at Jazz's show, okay, dressing all black like the Omens, you know what I'm saying, at night, and she comes in and Jazz is making a face like, okay, like he looking at her from behind and everything, and then she's like, congratulations on the distillery business, him investing. Philip caught me up, blah, blah, blah. She says, I want to open you up to something else, though. And Jazz is like, okay, what's up? Jazz didn't even ask, what is it? He was just like, I'm down. And she starts putting her arms around Jazz and kissing him. And he was like, whoa, aren't you Miss Banks' friend? She was like, well, she don't know won't hurt her. And Tony Childs, when we got closer, I understand that everybody ages in a certain way. One thing that I hope I never have is that extreme puffy under the eyes that some women get. Cause I just brought me some of them little
iPad or whatever. Okay. I've seen those.
Because them eyes was so puffy, and I'm like, how does that happen? Like at the bottom, like that. But what did you think of this moment with Miss Gordon? When Miss Gordon showing up.
I'm not gonna hold you. Don't do it. I was cringe. I was cringe. I was like, I could, Hillary is one thing, but this is something totally different, and I'm like,
I know.
Okay.
It was.
I guess.
It was giving me a little cringe too. Just
was you pushing up on him in the last season?
Yeah. Who? Miss Gordon?
Yeah. Yeah, like she didn't make a physical move, but I thought she was I could be wrong.
She might have been, because I actually went back and watched season 3 because I did not watch none of the seasons, but season 3 gave me my whole life. But I think that was the beginning of her kind of trying to zone in on him, maybe. But I don't know. She said, listen, I'm about to Stella got my groove back, okay, with Jazz. And I'm just kind of, now that you bring that up, it did make me feel a little like, ugh.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, it's nothing wrong with older women, but it was something about her look that just
Yeah.
made it just like, I don't know. I don't know.
I was cringed.
But but Lisa, they end up saying we gotta get out this party. We gotta go back to the program and everything like that. So Lisa ends up driving, and then she ends up saying, all right, well, I'm about to put my foot on the gas, and she starts recklessly driving. Will and Carlton changing their shirt in the back. They put the little shirt on that they gotta wear, and they running towards the door. So right when they running towards the door still open. Snoop walking toward the door. I'm thinking, woo, they made it, and they start slowing down. Child, they was this close away from the door. Snoop was like, bam. They was like, wait. Carlton was like, we're on time. And he was like, you're supposed to be in your seats. Okay. I said, you know what, Snoop? Now you could.
See, you better let them in. But
I'm telling you.
I figured if he do that, then they feel like they can do whatever. So the rules are the rules, and he had to stand on his business. So
yeah. And then not only that, I think the other people in the class would feel like, well, if you gave them a pass, then I'm gonna show up late next week and then I get a pass or whatever. So I understand, like, tough love is hard, but it's necessary. So Will and Carlton, they said, bump it. We just gonna wait out here until it's over. Will is like, I'm sorry for bringing you into this. Carlton was like, you know what? I understand. Thanks for having my back in the dance and everything. And then after that, Snoop comes out the room and he was like, what the heck y'all still doing here? So he starts talking to them about, the chances and things and decisions that you make in life that can set you up for failure or set you up for success, right? And he says that he is going to we pan over to Lisa and Jackie, and they're in the car, and Lisa is saying, have you told your mom about Juilliard? And she says, no, because my mom never thought I would make it as a dancer. And that made me want to punch her mom in the face even more. Because not only do you not show up for your daughter, you don't even believe she's going to make it as a dancer. Baby, as soon as I got into Juilliard, that would have been the first person I called. What you think about it?
To brag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I would have called and been like, nah. Who got into Juilliard with your bumps, But I did think that was sad. I do think that this was another moment with Lisa and Jackie that that was actually good.
Yeah.
Snoop, I'm just sorry to Snoop, Leroy with his crash tail self talking. I'm glad that they waited. That's all. I'm glad that they had them. I did actually waited. So
me too, because I think some kids their age would have turned around and walked away. Because in my mind, I would have waited too until class was over and then talk to him and see if he can give us another chance. But I'm glad that they waited and just waited it out. Then we see, Snoop still talking, and Viv and Erica, we see them connecting at their yoga class. We see Jeffrey bringing the money to Philip, saying this is the money that goes into each business. And I'm just thinking to myself, how did we get here? Jeffrey and these gangs and stuff. I love Jeffrey, don't get me wrong, but you're putting this family in harm's way, sir, with this whole thing. Carlton writes an essay for Amira and says, this is something you can use if you want to use it. She says it's a great essay. She takes it, they kiss. And I guess, like I said, she still got love for him. Will gets a call from Gavin saying that the USC coach is going to come to one of his games. He don't know which one, so be ready. And then Snoop ends it off by cussing him out and told him to shut up. And then he just steps off and they start playing What's My Name For?
Oh my God. That was funny.
So all of that, do you have any closing things from the episode?
I saw the little girl in Jackie when she called, because remember the first thing she said was mommy. And it was, I don't know if did her mom ask who was this? But she said, mommy is me. And it's like, ma'am, why haven't you been around to be, unless you in jail? Like, you can't be in jail, especially if she called your phone.
Right.
Vivian hanging out with Erica, I feel like it was good. It was like Miss Pam said, it's a good idea to have, even, she was like, we're not supposed to like her, but it would be a good idea for you to have a pregnant partner. Yeah. Because you really can't be you can be over here, but it's good for you to have somebody in class that you have something in common with, and they have a lot of commonalities.
Right.
The washing of the money was like, okay, we'll see. Mirror kissing Carlton. I figured that was going to happen. He just threw the little cutie patootie on to the side. I was like, you just threw her away, and we liked her. We liked the mirror, but we liked her.
I said, I know, that's sad. I'm like, what happened to old girl?
I don't know. Hopefully oh yeah, we still got more, because it's what we have so far. We on, it's 5 episodes now. But Gavin, I appreciated Gavin for being the person of his word, and we're just gonna wait and see. This was a good episode.
It was a good episode, because I actually thought Gavin was going to be one of them jerk players that wasn't going to keep his word, and I was like, oh gosh, Will, you did all of that. But I want to say one last thing about Erica. Remember when she said, I heard about you, congratulations on your pregnancy, I heard about you and Philip? Now it starts to get me to wonder, did she get pregnant on purpose? Because remember, she said she froze her eggs and she did IVF. So you don't necessarily need a man for real to do IVF, because they can get a sperm donor or whatever, So I'm thinking, did she try to get pregnant on purpose to connect with Vivian and get back in her good graces or something? I don't know. My mind went there for a minute, because I'm like, when she said, I heard about you and Philip, the pregnancy, then all of a sudden... But then again, she would have had to have been pregnant already, because she seems further along than Vivian is.
Well, I think that if she did, it was not to... I think it was more of, I'm going to get pregnant because I, like she is pregnant. You may remember that conversation she told her where, everybody don't have a Philip. I was thinking... She probably wanted to, have something of her own. Like she felt like Vivian has Philip, but I have a kid, and I'm pretty sure something about it weird. Maybe I'm tripping, but the little weird part in me feels like she wanted a chocolate baby who probably gonna have a bearded beard and is very smart and good looking.
I don't know, but what if it would be crazy if... I hope Philip has never done this, but wouldn't it be the plot twist if he donated to a sperm bank and she ended up getting Philip's sperm, and then we find out that he's father to both of their babies? Boy, if that would
have been crazy. If this wouldn't be a season finale, like you can't just spring this on us and then say, not a season finale, since this is the final season.
And like that right there has me messed up. How is this? This show has the potential to go for season. Like, how is it that Raggedy Sisters, even though I love Sisters, how is it that they on freaking season number 9 or whatever? And Bel Air, with all of the drama and things that it has with it, cannot go the distance. I don't get that.
I think it's because Tyler Perry got his own, production studio. That makes a huge difference. So he can pretty much run everything. But when you're working for NBC, Peacock, and when they're ready to get rid of the black shows, a lot of times they have gotten rid of all of the black shows. Like you can put Bel Air on OWN, okay? Because OWN is over there struggling. All them shows that we had, you could have put those on OWN, just like we had Sugar. What's it? Queen Sugar.
Oh, that was my show. Yes. Ralph Angel was my crush.
Oh my god. You could have kept, like, these shows need to be on black networks.
Exactly.
BET. BET, we can make that better. Make BET great again. Okay, BET was absolutely amazing. You don't have to do the music videos, but you can do these TV shows. Like a lot of these things that are gone, they should be back. BET Plus. Like there are too many stations, but again, a lot of those stations are ran by, but Tyler Perry, he is his own, and that's why he did it. So he can be able to be the author of his own stuff.
Yeah. But my
Mm-hmm.
thing is, Tyler Perry, why? I got a love hate relationship for Tyler Perry. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
going to say it because of the mere fact that I feel that if you have become this staple in the black film community, you are the one that can be doing more than what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff he does, I think, is self motivated, self gratifying for him. He's always like, Tyler Perry presents this, Tyler Perry presents
Mm-hmm.
that. But what about the fact that you now have your own studio? You
Mm-hmm.
could take shows like Bel Air and put them on. You could start your own channel and put these
Yeah.
shows on your own channel. And then BET is supposed to be black entertainment television. Shows like this should not be ending with 4 seasons. Like, that's just crazy to me when we have come so far in this industry. If we got black entertainment television, we got Tyler Perry that has his own studio. You can bid for these shows or something, get in some meetings,
Mm-hmm.
some round table talks or something like that, because a show that is this good should not have to end at season 4 because they're on a network maybe like Peacock. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
It's a lot of them that should be
Hmm.
like OWN shouldn't be where we are today with Carlos King and just Will Packer. Like, we like Will Packer over Carlos King, but
Right.
Carlos King stuff is messy, which is why I watch it. But you got Will Packer that still have Ready to Love.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, check out my Ready to Love review. And
Oh yeah.
Shayna's, if she didn't already put hers up, not sure if she put hers up, but you review Ready to Love?
I don't review Ready to Love, but I watch it. But I was thinking about reviewing it this season because
On a
some
windmill.
some of these old head women on there, I'm like, y'all got me mad. Y'all better stop acting like. And I'm not saying when you get older you're supposed to settle, but stop acting like that you like these spring chickens, these young girls. Sometimes when you get a little older, don't settle, but you have to readjust some of the things on your list. Like, is it
Mm-hmm.
necessary for him to have a 6 pack?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Is it necessary for him to make 6 figures? You know what I'm saying? Could he be a good steward over 5 figures? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man, but I saw some of the cast members on it. I'm behind episodes. I think I got through episode 1 and I'm behind.
I
I gotta
forget what
catch up.
episode I think it's because I just reviewed it I did it this
Uh-huh.
morning, but
Okay.
I think it's actually pretty decent from these past few years.
Girl,
It's pretty decent.
I want for, can some of these relationships last? Ready to Love is one of them ones where I'm like, is anybody still together? Do people make it? It's almost like they say yes on the day and all of that, and then by the time we get to the reunion, they've all broken
And,
up.
like, we broke up.
Yeah.
It
So
can be a mess sometimes.
I don't know. I'm here for Tommy though, for holding out the long with this show, because I
Yeah,
didn't think
yeah.
this show was honestly going to go past like 3 seasons. I really did. I was like, they're probably going to chuck this, but it's all about who you know and connections. And I think
Yeah.
him being Steve Harvey's nephew has a lot to do with that too. But I like Ready to Love. I do.
Mhm.
It's a good show. But I will say some of the women sometimes when they come on here, I'd be like, y'all need to stop.
Now, I will say these group of women are okay with me. Like, it's
Hmm.
just one. I feel like she lead with her beauty. She's always gotten everything with her beauty.
Hmm.
And she's like, you got to take care of me. Y'all just getting to know each other. Go sit down somewhere. She was like, you
Okay.
can take care of me like my daddy took care of my mama. I understand that. But you are just now meeting these people and you're hinting at wanting a massage. And so when they didn't tell you what you wanted to hear, you was like, yeah, no, I can't fool with him. Ma'am, we don't want to call you transactional, but you're looking like a little gold digger.
And
Okay.
that's the thing that someone talked about pretty privilege.
Yeah,
If
she
it
definitely got
exists.
that.
And she is the one that embodies that. And there are some women out here, and you know what happens? Men are the reason why pretty privilege exists. Like,
Yeah.
because you can be a pretty woman, and if unless a woman is gay or whatever, but we don't care, whatever. You look like that,
Mhm.
whatever. But men are the ones that have made these women feel
Mhm.
like this pretty privilege is a thing and they can do and say what they want and things like that. But because they're pretty, they get what they want, you know, and it's just kind of like, but are you getting what you want? Because you're still single, and it's kind of like if you were that hot and that pretty, maybe you would have been off the market at this point, you know. So I don't know. I gotta catch up though. I'm gonna catch up. Actually, when we get off, I'm gonna look at Ready to Love. I'm gonna catch up on the episodes. I'm gonna see.
There's not that many so far. I know a lot of people may not, but I'm actually enjoying it versus these past seasons. It was terrible.
Yeah, man, these past seasons was kind of whack, especially last season with the dude. Remember the dude that didn't have a job and he was living in the basement?
Cisco.
Yes.
Cisco. Girl.
He had the audacity.
That was tearing him up.
Girl, I was just like, are you insane, sir? How a woman should accept me? But nigga, struggle love is never attractive. What the heck is wrong
Really
with you?
not. It's really not.
Cisco had me messed up. And then he wants to sit up here. I'm sorry. The girl that was connecting with him, I would have been turned off. I'd have been like, okay, so.
The nurse.
Yeah, so I'm a peace out. And I
hope her name that fast. She was the nurse. And I was like, girl, I know you don't believe this. We all don't believe this, but I know you don't believe this.
Exactly. I said, you got me messed up, Cisco, sir.
Child.
But I'm gonna have to catch up on it.
Yeah, you do. I was just like, okay, that's what we doing.
Right.
All right.
But
fine.
That was the review for Bel Air, y'all. We just talked a little bit about other stuff. I watch a lot of different shows. Like I do some shows I don't review, which I can't believe I never reviewed Sisters. I've been watching Sisters from the beginning, so I can't believe I never got into that. But that's because, like, if I'm not watching Sisters after this season because Tyler Perry has went back to his trash writing. Remember last season he had got writers and it started to get better. They wasn't repeating themselves. They was moving on with the story. Like it was just really getting better. And now all of a sudden he went back to that egotistical narcissist personality he has and started writing again. And I'm like, put the pen down, sir. You do not have it. It's not helping. So they got me messed up. If it does not change, I'm not watching it next season. I don't care what bombshell gets dropped.
Listen, I'm going to review it next season. I've been reviewing it for the past 2 seasons, but I've been watching it since season 1. But I do, I know people really, they be under my comments like, Karen, somebody was like, Karen, shout out to my subscriber. That was like, Karen, her apology. She do an apology, and I hope she get that because this week, upcoming week is the last episode, so I hope she give this lady an apology before she leave because I've been looking at the
who is because let me tell you something. I need to catch up on my Sisters episode because I kind of checked out from the last one. I was like,
you didn't watch any of them this season?
No, I have. I stopped at the season where she done told the girls she moving to Seattle, and so her and Aaron is going, and Danny and Andy is beefing.
Oh yeah.
And freaking Danny's man had me messed up. He stole her money. I would have put him out too. What?
Fight.
We about to fight. So that's where I'm at in the episode. So I don't know who Karen cussed out or told something to.
I just like the dynamic shift of the ladies, and I'm glad Karen must be exploring other options outside of Tyler Perry. So I am glad. Look like Fatima gonna come in as Sister Foe, but. The only thing I'm waiting on next week is for them to jump Penelope, okay?
Wait, okay. See, I got a lot of watching to do. I'm gonna give me some popcorn, and I'm about to be watching some stuff. So.
Yeah, and you gotta watch really gonna enjoy them talking to Benson, the ladies who was Dr. Cruz's patients. They're gonna have a chit chat. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I hope they drag that doctor down because he deserves to go to prison for stuff that he has
Mm-hmm.
done. Because even when Karen was in the delivery room and going through all that, I'm yelling at the screen like, what are you doing, sir? This woman is in pain. She's bleeding. And it's so sad to know that as far as we've come as a culture, we are still the racism and the stuff that goes on in doctors' offices, different places that we have to be in, really irks me how you take this oath, but then you look, some of them, not all of them, look at us as like, oh, I can save everybody,
Yep.
but. And that's why
So
when I
again,
had my child, I'm black, whole black staff. I'm sorry, ain't nobody trying to be racist, but I need a black doctor. I need this
no,
because, especially because I'm older, I just don't trust them. I'm sorry, it's just
I'm not mad
I
at that.
don't
I'm not mad at it.
listen. We gotta do what we gotta do. But this was fun. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me on. I'm so glad we was able to do this again. I can't wait for next week.
And do you want to tell them what you got going on your channel?
I am reviewing I'm doing some reaction videos. I'm trying to up those. Am going to do a video on the Diddy documentary. If you all have not seen
Ooh.
that on Netflix yet, baby, Diddy needs to never ever get out of jail. Matter of fact, when they let him out in a year or two, he needs to go right back for conspiring in the death of Tupac and Biggie.
That's what
That
everybody
whole
was saying.
documentary let us know
Ooh.
from Keefy D's tape by itself. I don't understand how they are not going to send this man to jail. He literally told the police that he paid them to kill Tupac.
He said
So
that.
yes, Keefe D is a Crip, and he is already locked up. You know, Keefe D is being tried in 2026 for the death of Tupac Shakur, right? And so while he didn't pull the trigger, he had something to do with it. Actually, his nephew pulled the trigger, but the nephew is dead. So he is already locked up and in jail. And the police came to him, and on a recording, he told them, I'm going to tell y'all everything y'all want to know. Puff Daddy was supposed to pay them $1 million to take out Tupac and Suge Knight. However, they only killed Tupac, so he only gave him 50K. Now he gave it to another Crip called Van Zip or whatever. Van Zip never sent the money to Keefe D. So Keefe D never even got the money, and he did the job, or his nephew did the job. So baby, yes, Puffy is linked and involved with the death of Tupac Shakur. It's crazy.
Oh
It's
my!
crazy.
I
But
I I, I think he did Biggie too.
oh, most definitely, because in a documentary too, Biggie was supposed to be in UK. The day he got killed, he was supposed to be in
Oh,
UK promoting his album internationally. But Puffy says he wanted him to stay and canceled his flights, and then told him he wanted him to stay for a party. A party? And then it just so happened after that party, he gets shot up.
oh my God!
That man needs to, when he gets out, just make a U-turn and go right back in.
He
But
just got to get out.
I'm probably going to talk about it tomorrow, the
Mm-hmm.
documentary on that. But I am doing a lot of reaction videos or trying to amp those up, and I normally do them on Wednesday, Thursday, my reaction videos. But tomorrow I am going to do the documentary, my thoughts and everything on that documentary before it gets too far along. Because Puffy's people is trying to get them to take it down off of Netflix. So if y'all haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. It's 4 parts. Go ahead and watch it, because if Puffy people are successful, it could be coming down off Netflix and then you will never have saw it. But they did a good job. A good job. 50 Cent is, his level of petty is on a whole new planet.
Oh my God! I hope that doesn't affect him in no way.
Yeah, I don't think so. But the footage that he got is insane, because he was able to put footage of Puffy videoing himself last year. Last year, Puffy hired a videographer to follow him before he got locked up. And 50 got that footage in the documentary. I was like, how the heck did he get that? And people were questioning
Money.
him. I think he was on. He was promoting a documentary on CBS or one of them shows, and the guy was like, "How did you get this footage?" And 50 was like, "I mean, a journalist never tells his sources." I said, 50, 50 paid that dude and said, give me that.
Oh my God. That's a lot. I didn't want to watch it. I didn't watch
Oh,
the
yeah.
trial. It was just so heavy. But I am gonna listen to different reactions and videos. But I think like I don't know if YouTube is trying to do something, but put it up there. It
Yeah.
needs to be out there. I'm pretty sure somebody got it recorded somewhere where it can
Yeah.
still,
We
you
can
know.
still fly. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm definitely going to review it tomorrow and give my chit chat thoughts about it. But yeah, that's what I have coming up. Just trying to get a lot of reaction videos out there. I do a lot of shorts. And I'm
Mhm.
definitely, any hot topic that comes out, I'm gonna discuss it. I did more shorts about Candy's divorce
Mhm.
versus actually coming out and doing a live on it. But I'm definitely gonna do a live on Diddy's documentary.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I got going on. Expect, I guess, RHOP and
Mhm.
tonight and Married to Medicine. But other than that, y'all, this was good.
Yes.
And we will be back next week on Redefine Me's channel. So
Yes.
go ahead and subscribe. And if you are here in the replay, shout out to the replay gang. Okay, we appreciate y'all.
Yes.
And yes, again, we subscribe so y'all can get all of the episodes. And we will see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.